Forget everything you think you know about the wild. It's not about brutality, but compassion. Not the survival of the fittest, but the survival of the kindest heart. In the parched landscape of Kadipo, a park ranger faces an impossible choice: to save a lion cub from the strangling coils of a python, or to let a life slowly fade away. The morning on the African savanna arrives slowly, like a weary sigh. The first rays of sun stretch across the red dirt road, casting a shimmering orange-gold hue on the dust. On both sides of the road, dry bushes and scattered acacia trees stand alone, like defeated warriors. A gentle wind blows through, lifting tiny particles of dust into a thin, hazy mist. In the distance, a park ranger's Land Cruiser slowly rolls along the familiar road. John, the ranger at the wheel, is a man who has dedicated his life to Kadipo. His face is etched with the marks of sun and wind, and his eyes hold a deep sense of calm and understanding. He isn't just a protector, he's a silent witness to the daily struggles for survival. The car moves in silence, the gentle hum of the engine, the only sound breaking the morning's quiet. Suddenly, John hears a strange sound. It isn't the mighty roar of a male lion or the wild cackle of a hyena. It's a desperate, weak cry, full of a young animal's fear. His heart tightens. The sound isn't from a normal hunt. It's a desperate plea for help. John speeds up the car, heading toward the sound. He knows that in this harsh world, every second is the difference between life and death. The red dust hasn't even settled when John stops the Land Cruiser. The engine goes silent, leaving a terrifying stillness. The harsh morning sun highlights every tiny speck of dust hanging in the air. Here, life and death are more real than ever. And right before his eyes, that confrontation is unfolding in a brutal way. In the middle of the red dirt road, a massive rock python is squeezing a tiny creature. The python, a patient and terrifying predator, had been lying in ambush in the roadside bushes. It waited without a single movement, only to launch a fatal attack. To the python, the cub is not only a feast but also a territorial intruder. The powerful coils of the python slowly tighten, squeezing every last bit of air from the cub's chest. The lion cub struggles in desperation. Dust flies under its tiny paws, but it's a futile effort. Its eyes grow dim, fear and helplessness clear on its face. The cub can't roar, can't cry for help. It can only gasp for breath in a death grip. John feels that desperation. He sees the injustice of nature, where one life is built on the death of another. His heart aches. With every passing second, he feels the cub losing its life. In that moment, a fierce internal battle rages within John. He's a park ranger. His duty is to conserve and protect. But he's also a man. His survival instincts tell him to leave to save his own life. That python isn't a cobra. It's a monster that can swallow a full-grown animal. Facing it is madness. However, his conscience won't allow him to do so. He swore to protect these creatures, even if it means facing danger. Compassion wins. John knows what he has to do. Even though he knows this action is incredibly risky, he can't stand by and watch an innocent life be taken right in front of him. He has to find a solution, a way to deal with this giant predator without brute force. He remembers his training. A python isn't easily defeated with a stick or a knife. Its strength is limitless, and it will fight to the end. However, its senses are a weakness. A sudden attack, a deafening sound, a blast of cold air can disorient it. And in his car, he has a very useful item, a fire extinguisher. A crazy idea, but also the only ray of hope. He rushes to the car, opens the back, and pulls out the fire extinguisher. He knows this is a gamble. Either he will succeed and save the cub, or he will fail and face a terrible outcome. Sweat beads on his forehead, his hands trembling. He grips the extinguisher tightly, looking back at the terrifying scene. The cub is almost motionless. He no longer has time to hesitate. John returns, his steps more determined. His hand grips the fire extinguisher, heavy like a burden of hope. He kneels on the red dirt, feeling the heat of the ground. He aims directly at the python's head, takes a deep breath, and then he pulls the trigger. A blast of cold, white gas shoots out, accompanied by a deafening hiss that fills the air. The python is startled, its whole body twitching and writhing. The coils around the cub loosen slightly. The cub has a second to breathe, a fleeting moment of hope. But a moment later, the python's shock passes. Its killer instinct returns. It tightens its grip even more, determined to finish its meal. John feels his heart sink. His plan has almost failed. He knows he needs something more powerful, outside help. And then, something unexpected happens. From the acacia bushes, a massive male lion and a lioness charge out. Red dust flies under their powerful paws, their roars echoing across the savannah. John realizes they are the cub's parents, trapped between a giant python and two enraged lions. He has put himself in a more dangerous situation than ever before. But John doesn't hesitate. He knows he must act. He pulls the trigger again. The white gas engulfs the python's head. The strangeness of the gas makes the lion parents stop. They stand a few meters away, their eyes on both the python and the ranger. They don't understand what's happening, and the unfamiliarity makes them pause. John has one chance, one shot. Overwhelmed and disoriented, the python is forced to loosen its grip even more. Its body slacks, its strength seems to have decreased significantly. This is the decisive moment. Without hesitation, John rushes forward. He uses both hands to pull the python's body away from the cub. The python's strength is immense, and he has to use all his might. The male and female lions growl fiercely, but they remain still, watching. After a few tense seconds, the coils finally unwrap. The cub is free. It lies gasping on the red dirt road, its body trembling. John looks up. Her eyes are staring at him. The parents' eyes are still full of caution, but no longer hostility. John knows that he risked his life, but he also knows he did the right thing. For a brief moment, he feels a strange connection with these wild creatures. He has crossed the boundary between man and nature, not with force, but with compassion. The rock python finally gives up, slithering quickly into the dry bushes and disappearing. The fight is over. The cub shakily stands up, immediately surrounded and protected by its parents. At first, the male and female lions still growl, their eyes fixed on John. They look at him with suspicion and caution. But then, a magical moment happens. The lioness bends down to lick her cub's forehead, a gesture of reassurance and love. Her gaze softens, the anger gone, replaced by a deep sense of gratitude. The male lion lifts his head high, letting out a short, low rumble. The sound is no longer a threat, but a silent acknowledgement. It is a wordless thank you, a thank you from the heart of a wild animal. John slowly backs away toward his car, his heart still pounding. Looking out from the vehicle, he sees the lion family leisurely walking away on the red dirt road. They no longer see him as an intruder, but as a savior. Behind them, all that remains is a rare moment of respect between man and beast. The story of John and the lion family is not just a story about courage. It is a story about connection, about compassion, and about hope. In a world full of conflicts and division, this story reminds us that love can transcend all boundaries. It proves that even in the most difficult circumstances, we can still find kindness and gratitude. Life may be full of challenges, but we should never lose our goodness. That is our greatest strength. If this story has touched your heart, please share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think made John make that risky decision? And do you believe in magical moments between humans and the wild? Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other inspiring stories.